Hi guys, Lindsay here with Storybook Family Farm. So I normally film outside, but it is way too chilly to wear shorts and be outside. So I tried, and I was like, oh, man, this is brutal. Like I started shivering and everything because it's a very damp, chilly, like 50-degree day out today. So it's just not anything really all that exciting. But so I wanted to give you guys a brief update as to what's going on with my knee. So I went to the doctor yesterday to get another look at it, just because after last Thursday was when Lucky drugged me through the barn and I smashed the snot out of my knee on the concrete floor. If you guys missed any of those videos where I explained what's been going on. And then he also proceeded to drag me out of the barn and I hit my face on the door frame, which is fine. You know, it's all fixed, it's all healed up. But the knee issue has not really resolved itself yet. So that's kind of a bit of a concern that happened 8 days ago now. So last Saturday I went to the ER to get it looked at just because it kept really bothering me. And Tracy was really insistent that I need to get it looked at and I need to get the ball rolling on it because it was starting to seem like there was some sort of soft tissue injury in it. So with having EDS, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, it's always a big concern that, you know, a not that big of a deal, not that seemingly huge of an injury could actually be something that is a huge deal for me. So, you know, if you guys have been around for a while, I had actually several years ago had ruptured 2 tendons in my ankle just from stepping off of a bumper of a truck roll. So, I mean, minimal trauma can cause major issues with my body, which is always, like I said, it's a really big concern. With being on the autism spectrum, I don't feel pain properly. So just because I can still walk around and function, that doesn't actually mean that it's not that big of a deal because of the fact that, I literally walked around and worked for several months with my ankle being torn to shreds and just kept powering through it because everybody was like, well, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. It should be fine. It should be fine. Just suck it up and deal with it. So for me, that's kind of my go-to thing is to just keep chugging along, even if it's really, really bad. Plus, with having a small farm, you really can't stop. It's the goat's not going to go milk herself. That'd be kind of a neat trick. But, you know, there's still stuff I have to do. So the big concern with my knee is that it has not resolved all the way. A lot of the very visible swelling, in the front side of my knee, that has gone down. However, the burning sensation that it came with has not changed. So even if I'm just resting or standing, not bearing weight on it, the front part, I'll just show you guys, right in here of the knee keeps feeling like it's on fire. So that's a bit of a concern. And then the back side of my knee, which this sensation that's in the back side of my knee, I've had this happen before, several years ago. Well, it wasn't several, it was 2 years ago, 2 summers ago, when we were doing 4 farmers markets a week. I actually had an issue. I thought maybe I had a baker's cyst or something like that going on back there. Never went to the doctor. We did not have medical insurance at that point, so I just did what I normally did, sucked it up and deal with it. But so right now, the way the swelling is in the back of the knee, it feels very similar to whenever I had an overuse injury from standing so much, doing the farmers markets and baking all the bread, doing all that stuff. So it is kind of concerning to me because I can't bend it up all the way. I can force it to bend, it's physically capable of bending, but on my own accord, without using my hand or whatever to passively move it, I can't really do that. So I normally can, basically kick myself in the butt with the heel of my foot, and I can't do that on the left side anymore. So, at least I can't kick my own ass. So, I mean, well, on one side I can't, but yeah, it's getting to the point that it's concerning. So the doctor basically, he felt around on it and said that he thought that there might be actually a meniscus tear. And he said that with where it's swelling at and all that stuff, that's indicative of there potentially being internal derangement going on. So he ordered me to get an MRI, which I have calls out now to do that. And then he also sent me a referral for orthopedic. So then that way, the ball can get rolling on that. I'm really hoping that I don't have to do any sort of surgery or physical therapy or anything of the sort like that. I'm hoping that maybe my body's just being really delayed in healing it because I can't properly rest it. But it's to the point where I'm getting a little bit worried about it. There is no signs of infection or anything like that. The doctor did rule that out and stuff, which I didn't think that there was. I just was concerned because when it does start swelling, it gets really hot, and it gets hot to the touch. So it's not just that it's hot internally because it keeps feeling like it's on fire, but it also is, hot to touch it. So, the scab, that's perfectly fine. The cut, all that stuff, I did a good job of cleaning that up. No issues, no concerns of any sort of infection like that. But, so yeah, that's all I know so far. When I called for scheduling for the orthopedic doctor, she said that due to the holiday and stuff, they're only open till noon today. which right now it's like 11:15, 11:20, something like that. She said that chances are I'm probably not going to get a call back from them until Tuesday to figure out like when this is going to be able to be scheduled and all that stuff, because they need to look over the x-ray that I got done at the hospital, which I don't know why. I don't know why they have to look over it too when, you know, the hospital said that there was nothing exciting to be seen on there. So fingers are crossed that nothing is actually legitimately wrong, that maybe somehow, some way I just need more time. I'm hoping. I'm really hoping. So yeah, that's that. I actually have quite a few things that I need to do outside today, but it is way too cold for me to actually stand out there and film on top of doing the other things that I need to do out there. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna try to get some pants on. I've been wearing the shorts because the scab is uncomfortable when shorts or when pants rub on it. So that's been adding to the burning sensation. So I've been pretty much just wearing shorts all the time right now because, you know, makes it easier. But I definitely think that today's going to be a pants day. So I'm going to have to look like a hillbilly gangster in muck boots and pants rolled up on one side with a limp. So like, it is what it is at this point. Like, I don't even know. But so yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna get busy. I might film later today to show you guys what I'm doing. I'm working on. I'll just tell you guys. I'm getting a duck tractor finished today. I just need to basically finish the roof and attach the roofing on top of it, and then move the ducklings into there. Which I don't know if they're actually gonna be able to move in today because it's so chilly out. And at nighttime we've been putting the heat plate back on them, and we obviously can't do that if it's out in the yard. So I'm doing that, and then if my body can handle it, I'm going to try to work on planting more stuff in the garden, but it's going to have to be really wonky because I can't kneel down or squat. So, glad I got all the beans planted last week when I did. Some of those beans actually are starting to come up, so that is very exciting to see that the beans are coming up. But yeah, I'm glad that I decided to make the garden a little smaller this year for starting the new one, just because, like, I don't know how laid up I'm going to be. I don't know how moving forward, how this is going to go. It is contraindicated for somebody with EDS to get any sort of steroid injections. So probably not going to be a candidate for getting a shot in my knee. Plus, years ago, I had injured the other knee and got a shot in it, and it actually made it feel a lot worse. So I'm kind of hesitant on doing something like that. So, but I did get oral steroids, so I got to start taking those. That might help the back issue too, because my back's been flared up from having to walk differently. So yeah, it's one of those things when you have a connective tissue disorder like mine, that it's a very big domino effect, that if you have one little thing go wrong, then it, especially in the lower body, it then just sort of trickles upwards and causes a lot of chaos, a lot of destruction, a lot of pain. So anyways, that's it for right now. I've got things to do. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.